So Real offers their agents some pretty amazing benefits, but if I'm being honest, there are some lesser known criteria and nuances to many of these benefits I don't think most agents are really aware of. So today I want to talk to you about some of these lesser known criteria in order to earn these benefits and talk to you about the 10 things that you really need to know before moving your business over to Real Broker. So let's start off by talking about the stock bonuses that Real offers to their agents. So yes, Real has 4 different ways that it gives free stock to their agents. First is their Elite Agent Award of up to $24,000 a year, the Capping Award of 150 shares of stock in the company every year, the Agent Attraction Award of 75 shares when somebody you attract closes a first transaction, and their Stock Purchase Plan of up to 15% free stock on any stock that you buy in the company. However, what you need to know is that free stock actually has a 3-year vesting period. This means that you have to remain with the company and be in good standings for up to 3 years before you can actually cash out that free stock. Now, this 3-year vesting period is actually pretty standard amongst cloud brokerages, and it's what we call in the industry a golden handcuff. So it's a positive incentive to encourage agents to stay at the company longer. And I've actually heard team leaders say that the free stock that their team members receive is helping with agent retention on their teams as well. Now, the next thing you need to know regarding stocks is that with the stock purchase plan, you can get up to 15% free stock on your purchase. However, you need to actually hold on to that stock that you purchase for at least 12 months in order for you to receive the free stock on top of that purchase. And so essentially they don't want you buying the stock and then immediately selling it just to get the free stock. So that stock that you purchase you have to hold on to it for at least 12 months, and the stock that you receive for free does have a 3-year vesting period on it. The next thing you need to know is that there are limits to how much stock you can purchase with the stock purchase plan. So our stock purchase plan is broken up into pre-cap and post-cap. With the pre-cap, you can put 5% of your commission towards buying stock in the company, and Real will give you 10% free stock on top of that purchase. With the post-cap, you can put 10% of your commission towards buying stock in the company, and Real will give you up to 15% free stock on top of that purchase. So with the pre-cap stock purchase plan, the maximum that you can purchase is $3,400 worth of stock, and this means with the 10% bonus, you'll get $340 worth of free stock on top of that purchase. With the post-cap stock purchase plan, the maximum that you can contribute is $15,000 worth of stock, and this means that you'll receive up to $2,250 worth of free stock on top of that purchase. So if you're to max out both of these pre-cap and post-cap stock purchase plans, you can earn up to $2,590 a year, completely free stock with the stock purchase plan. The fourth thing that you need to know is that our Elite Agent Award of up to $24,000 a year is actually broken up into 2 separate awards with separate criteria to unlock each of them. The first way is by capping with the company. We have a $12,000 cap, and then paying $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. Now, after you cap, you keep 100% of your commission, but you do pay a post-cap transaction fee of $285. So that works out to 21 transactions after you cap. If you hit that, then you'll earn $16,000 in free stock in the company automatically. Now, if you're a team leader, it's actually even easier for you to hit this, because if you're a team leader, whatever percentage of your agent's commission you're taking, that same percentage of their post-cap transaction fee is going to count towards your $6,000 post-cap transaction fee cap. So team leaders can be even easier for you to hit Elite Agent every year. The second way to get the performance award is by first capping and then earning $500,000 in GCI with at least 10 transactions worth over $1 million. If you hit that criteria, you'll automatically get the $16,000 a year in free stock for the performance award. Now, the second part of the Elite Agent is going to be the cultural award. In order to unlock the cultural award, you need to first hit the performance award, and then you need to find a way to give back to the Real community or your local community. What most agents do is they simply teach a class or lead a mastermind once a month in the Real Academy, and that'll be enough to qualify you for the Culture Award, which is an additional $8,000 in free stock. This is how we really incentivize our top producing agents to teach and give back to the Real community. And so let's say you did hit Elite Agent every year and you got both awards, you got $24,000 in free stock, and you maxed out your stock purchase plan, you got an additional $2,590 worth of free stock, and you got the capping award of 150 shares of stock in the company. That stock's currently worth $4.24. That means that every single year you can earn a maximum of $27,566 in completely free stock in this company, just for doing what you're probably already doing in your business. And so for many of our top producing agents, they're actually earning more in free stock every year than it's costing them to actually be an agent at Real Broker. So if you count the stock as cash equivalent, every year their business is a net positive by being here at Real Broker, which is pretty unheard of in this industry. The next thing that you need to know is that some of these stock incentives are going to change over time. As the value of the stock goes up and as the agent count at Real goes up, they have been adjusting these numbers accordingly. And they do this really for two reasons. One is just to make sure that this program is sustainable. They can continue to give free stock to the agents. They want this company to be owned by the agents. And two, it's sort of an early adopter bonus and incentive. Real's currently at 27,000 agents. We're going to be at 100,000 agents someday, and we want to incentivize those early adopters of this company who have actually helped grow this company and turn it into what it is. So if you are thinking about moving your business to Real, there is an incentive for you to do it sooner rather than later. Now, before we get to the final five, I want to let you know about a brand new cost savings calculator that I built. Just enter in the number of deals you do every year, your average sales price, and the fees and cap that you pay at your current brokerage. This calculator will automatically calculate how much you'd spend in fees at your current brokerage versus at Real for the same production, and shows you how much money you potentially could be saving by moving your business over to Real Broker. If you want to check out this completely free tool, I have a link down in the description below where you can access it. So now let's talk about revenue share and some of the nuances and caveats around that program. The first thing you need to know is that at Real, we actually have a lot of restrictions around what you can and cannot do for agent attraction. And we really have these restrictions in order to protect and maintain our culture at the company. And that's why we call it agent attraction, not agent recruiting. You're actually not allowed to recruit at Real. And so what we mean by that is you're not allowed to cold call agents. You're not allowed to send spammy emails. You're not allowed to do bait and switch trainings and pitch them on Real. We believe that Real has a strong enough value proposition that we can actually attract agents to us, and Real's almost doubling in size every 12 months or so clearly this model is working. And all of our restrictions can be found in the Agent Attraction Code of Conduct, which you can find online, and some of the biggest restrictions are really around promising anything of value in exchange for somebody putting you down as their sponsor. So at Real, you can't promise somebody free training or exclusive coaching or financial kickbacks or a free Tesla if they join your network and put you down as their sponsor. And there are other cloud brokerages out there where you can promise people all of those things in order to get somebody to put you down as their sponsor. And this is not really in line with our culture, just not how we do it here at Real Broker. At Real, we don't have silos. We don't have networks that are competing with each other. Instead, we have one community. We have one Real. We have a culture of collaboration, not a culture of competition. And these restrictions around agent attraction really help enforce that culture. One of the things I really love about this model is that the agents who are actually helping grow the company, actually having those one-on-one conversations and educating people about Real's propositions, they are the ones who are actually getting the benefits from revenue share, not the agent who's simply promising somebody the most amount of training and free coaching and free perks in order to get them to put their name down as their sponsor. So it's actually easier for a typical agent to earn revenue share here at Real Broker, and I love that about our culture. The next thing that you need to know is that Real does not have any monthly fees. However, we do have an annual fee of $750 a year. Now, this annual fee gets taken out of your first 3 transactions of the year, $250, $250, $250. And I've heard people kind of draw the comparison that a monthly fee, annual fee is the same thing. And I will say there are some differences, there are some benefits to how we do our annual fee. So first off, if you don't close 3 transactions a year, you just don't have to pay that annual fee. If you only close 1 transaction a year, you still only pay $250 of the annual fee. And so this is really helpful for a newer agent or somebody who maybe is not quite focused on production at this time. The second thing that I really like about how we have this set up is that you only pay this money when you have money coming in. All of our fees, except for our one-time $249 sign-up fee, all of our other fees only gets taken out of your commission. So if you're kind of slow in the wintertime, which is very common, you don't have a monthly recurring payment coming out of your bank account every single month. Real only gets paid when you actually have money coming in. The next thing that you need to know is that for you to actually receive revenue share, you yourself actually have to be a producing agent. And Real defines a producing agent as somebody who's earned at least $3,000 in commission in the previous 6 months. So it's really not that hard. And this commission can come in the form of sales, it can come in the form of rentals, it can come in the form of referrals, or if you're a team leader and you're taking a percentage of your agent's commission. So any way that you can earn commission will qualify you as a producing agent. Now, the reason that Real does this, again, goes back to culture and community. We want to be a community of producing agents. We don't want somebody who's a multi-level marketing expert who's never sold a home in their life, getting their real estate license, joining Real just to focus on recruiting. We don't want those types of people at this company. We want to be a company of producing agents. So we have this criteria that you have to actually be a producing agent in order for you to receive revenue share. Now, we do have a revenue share retirement plan so that you can eventually step out of production. And how that's set up is that if you are a producing agent for 1 year, you can step out of production and receive 20% of your revenue share indefinitely. If you're a producing agent for 2 years, you can step out of production and receive 40% of your revenue share indefinitely. 3 years, you can get 60%, 4 years, you can get 80%, and if you're a producing agent for 5 years, you can fully step out of production and continue to receive all of your revenue share indefinitely. Now, I've been at this company about 4.5 years. I'm actually coming up to that 5-year mark where I can finally step out of production if I choose to. The next thing that you need to know is our revenue share does pay out on 5 tiers. However, you need to unlock the benefits of your tier 2 through 5. So your tier 1 is automatically unlocked. Any agent that you directly sponsor into the company will be in your tier 1. You're going to earn up to $4,000 a year for that capping agent. Anybody that they bring in will be in your tier 2. You can earn up to $3,200 a year for a tier 2 agent. However, you need to have at least 5 producing agents in your tier 1 in order to unlock your tier 2 benefits. And once again, a producing agent is an agent who earns at least $3,000 in commission every 6 months. So you need to be a producing agent for you to receive revenue share, and you need producing agents in your tier 1 in order to unlock your tier 2 through 5 benefits. Now, for your tier 3, you need 15 producing agents in your tier 1, and you can earn up to $24,000 a year for every agent in your tier 3. For your tier 4, you need at least 20 producing agents in your tier 1, and you can earn up to $16,000 a year for every capping agent in your tier 4. And for your tier 5, you need 25 producing agents in your tier 1, and you can earn up to $800 a year for every capping agent in your tier 5. Revenue share can actually add up pretty quickly and be a pretty substantial stream of income. For me, it's actually a full-time income at this point. The next thing to know is that our revenue share is fully willable. You can leave your revenue share to a spouse, to a child, or really anybody that you like, and they do not have to be a real estate agent. However, you do need to unlock the benefits of willable revenue share. And again, you do this by being a producing agent at the company. So in order to unlock willable revenue share, you yourself need to be a producing agent at the company for a certain number of years. And this is very similar to our retirement plan as well. So if you're a producing agent at Real for 1 year, then if you pass away, you can will 20% of your revenue share to any designated beneficiary. If you're a producing agent for 2 years, you can leave 40%, 3 years, 60%, 4 years, 80%, and if you're a producing agent for 5 years, you can leave 100% of your revenue share will continuously go to anybody that you designate as the beneficiary. And for me personally, this is why I focus so much on agent attraction. I'm a single parent. My son has very severe intellectual disabilities and autism. He's 10 now and he's still nonverbal. So he's never going to have a job. And if anything were to happen to me, my revenue share would continue to go into a trust I have set up for my son. And that gives me so much peace of mind just knowing that he will be provided for and taken care of if anything were to happen to me. So even though you do have to unlock the benefits of revenue share, for me, it's well worth the 5-year investment. So look, if you think that Real may be a good fit for you, I'd love to hop on a one-on-one video call with you, talk to you about your business, answer all your questions about Real, and see if it is a good fit or not. I have a link down in the description below where you can set up that call. I also have my free calculator, which you can check out and tells you exactly how much money you could be saving by moving your business over to Real. And if you're not ready for a video call, you can check out this video I did right here while I fully break down all the benefits and incentives that Real offers to their agents. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.